Welcome back everyone to Carry Code. So what are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about heavy EDC, those items that you carry when you need bigger, tougher, stronger, more useful, when you know you're going to have to pack around a little more, but you want the best quality, best performing things to carry with you. Dare I say we call it your everyday EDC. You know, I can do some dad jokes here on the channel too. So before we get too far into it though, I do want to bring up one other thing. If you like and subscribe to this video right now, when we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away this QSP Patriot pocket knife. Great little pocket knife, D2 steel, black coating, G10 handles, liner lock, nice and sharp out of the box, super useful little great EDC knife. Very comparable to maybe like a bug out size wise. So great little knife, and help grow the channel. Go right now, subscribe to this channel, like this channel so you can get updates when I do new posts. And if you do, when we hit 500, you could be a winner and get this knife. You do need to be 21 years old and live in the continental United States. But other than that, make sure that you can receive it with your state knife laws, which I think everybody can. But just check it for your own good as well. So let's get started. So first thing in your everyday EDC carry has got to be your pocket knife. So I'm going to give a couple options for everything here. So let's lay them out. For the budget pick, we have a Civivi Praxis. If you're a Spyderco fan, you got the Mannix 2. If you're a Benchmade fan or a premium fan, the Mini Bedlam in the carbon fiber. And then two others that I find myself carrying quite a lot when I want the heavier, stronger pocket knife is the Microtech MSI and the Microtech Stitch. All great pocket knives here, really fantastic. All have their own unique things. And you got the Civivi with the flipper tab. This particular model has the Damascus steel on it. 95 bucks, really great knife, you know, aluminum handle, great action on it, little button lock, nice deep carry pocket clip. You can get a more standard version that doesn't have the Damascus, instead has like a Nitro V type steel for about 75 bucks, and these go on sale sometimes too. So great little pick for nice little budget. Next up, we got the Spyderco Mannix 2. Really great knife, super sharp as all Spydercos are. This one's an S30V, runs 184 right now. G10 handles, super nice and grippy. You've got the nice locking mechanism here, which not all Spydercos have. You know, a lot of them do not have they have the compression lock, not like this Axis lock style, or I forget what their particular version is called. But super nice knife, very high quality, heavy knife. This one is heavier in your pocket for sure. And then, you know, my favorite, the Mini Bedlam. I mean, look at this thing. It's just beautiful. The marble carbon fiber, it's kind of like hand carved in there. S90V blade, you know, super unique scimitar type blade design. Ergonomics on this thing are just absolutely fantastic. If I'm going to go with my heavy EDC, 9 times out of 10, this is going to be the guy I pick just for the coolness factor alone. And then you can't go wrong with the Microtechs either. You know, the M390 steel, their specific variant, the MK variant, you know, nice and sharp, really good steel. I mean, this one's really a great value. This is the MSI, 194 drop point blade with that M390. I mean, look at it. This is now $200 cheaper than the new bug out. So let that kind of sink in for you. You're getting more knife, nice backspacer, got the same style lock there as what Benchmade has. You know, this is like a plastic handle, but it feels good. You know, balance is good. And I mean, this is a lot of knife for $194. So my pick for a really, really great kind of mid-tier value pick. You know, you're getting a lot more out of this guy than you're going to get out of like a Benchmade for what is now half the cost. And then you've got the Microtech MSI, or sorry, Microtech Stitch. This one's running about 300 bucks. Also got the M390 drop point. And you know, with all these Microtechs, they've got a lot of different blade variants. They've got serrated, not serrated. They've got the black coated two-tone style. You know, this one's really nice. G10 handles, some steel liners down in there. Nice big back spacer on the back here. Deep carry pocket clips on both of these actually. And then, you know, you've got the nice action on it. You've got the big hole for the finger flick as well. So all 5 of these, really great knives. You know, in terms of heaviness, this guy's definitely going to be the heaviest at with the Stitch. I mean, you can just tell here it's also the thickest on the material stock, so you're going to be able to beat this thing. That's really going to take a beating. Same with the MSI. I would say next up, maybe the Spyderco is pretty tough there, but you can't go wrong with any of these. All great knives. So those are my picks for heavy pocket knife. So next up, you know, one thing that you need when you're going to do your heavy carry is something to carry it all in. You know, when you get with this bigger stuff, you're not always going to be able to just put it in your pockets. So one thing I always bring is a sling. So this is the Matador Refraction Packable Sling. Runs 40 bucks. This one's really nice if you want to really have a lightweight profile for your bag. You know, not quite as big. It's just got 2 compartments here and really no kind of separation within those compartments. But it does have some nice features, you know, nice little zippers here. And then there is, you know, a little tuckable where you can, you know, get these zippers tucked down in there for just an extra little bit of safety if you're in an airport or someplace that you're concerned about somebody trying to get into your bag. But really nice. It's got this nice little handle here that you can hang things on. Really nice kind of stretchier material in the front and then kind of like a nylon material in the back. And for the rest of the body, it's got a nice buckle on it, nice adjustability. You know, I'm a bigger guy and this thing fits me fine, but I really like this for really walking around and carrying. I like the little bit lighter weight nature since I've got some heavier stuff in it. And since this is a little smaller, it just sits nicely on my back while I'm carrying it around. And then one thing I'll talk about while we're here that I also like to keep with my slings is a hero clip. So these are made by Gear Aid. If you're an EDC guy, you've probably seen these before on other channels. They're just super, super handy carabiners. So you got your normal carabiner style thing here that can do everything a carabiner can do, but you also have this nice feature of a hook that you can orient in a bunch of different ways. So where this is nice is if you need to hang this, you know, on a door, on a table or something when you sit down. If you need to have kind of a lock to your carabiner, this kind of functions as a lock where you can turn it like that, and now it's kind of locked in place where it's not as easy to get into. And then also the thing that I use this more on these slings is I'll put it on the strap here, and say I get a bigger bag or something that I don't want to carry, I can use the carabiner basically to hook the bag. So it's just nice to have the dual functionality and to be able to carry things. So like I had this at CES this year, and when I did, you know, I got a bag of goodies as I was walking around, and you know, I didn't want to carry that the whole day, so I kind of hooked this, and then the bag was just kind of behind me. So really like this Matador. If you want something a little bit bigger though, my other pick would be the Bellroy Venture Ready Sling 2. So this one comes in a couple of different colors, whereas the Matador I think is just in black and white. This one is more of like a ballistic nylon type material, really, really rugged. You've got waterproof zippers on this guy, and this one's got more organization. So some nice vibrant orange in there so you can see easily when you're getting stuff out with a little divider, a little key clip here that hold everything. You do have magnetic closure on the strap here, so it's really easy to take on and off quickly if you need to. And then kind of in the main compartment, you've kind of got a big area here that's for like a phone or a wallet. You've got a main compartment area, and you've got a nice little stretchy area here. And then also you've got a zippered spot in the back here. So these two are both, the front two are both waterproof. This one, for whatever reason, is not, which is kind of surprising because I would think this would be more like your valuables kind of pouch. I think maybe where you keep your passport or something that you don't need to access as much. So I'd really like to have seen that be waterproof too, but otherwise you can't really go wrong with this. So it definitely can fit more in here than the Matador. A little bit better materials, but it does come at being a little bit heavier. Not to say that it's super heavy, but it's nice. So anyway, with your heavy EDC, it's always nice to have something that you can pack all this stuff into, so it's not just all in your pockets or hanging off your belt. And there's certainly bigger options you can go with. So if you have a super heavy EDC and you're carrying, other things like, iPads or laptops and stuff like that with you as well, those are certainly great options. But this is kind of more focused on the minimal kind of EDC stuff that you need every day or want to carry every day, and still have a nice way to do it that's not just all in your pockets. All right, next up, another thing that I really like to keep with those slings, I'm a big fan of Matador products, is this little Matador Nano Dry truck towel. So $18. You just have a little like microfiber towel that's packed inside this little silicone. It's nice and absorbent, and it's great just, like if you're out and about and, you get a little sweaty or something, you can wipe the sweat off. If you have a little spill or need to dry something off, like wipe off a seat that's wet, it's really great. It's a small size, kind of the size of like a headphone case here. So great little thing to have with you. Super convenient for when you need to wipe off or something. So those run $18. There's a couple different sizes. There's a bigger one if you want as well, but I like this kind of smaller size. I did forget to mention on the Bellroy Venture Ready Sling, $89 is what that's running right now. All right, next up, what I always carry with me is this little Nightcore NB 10,000 Gen 3 power bank. So, and then I've got just like an Apple cord that came with one of my Apple devices. So this guy, super slim, super lightweight. It fits really nicely in those little pockets on the Bellroy or the Matador packs. It's got nice little rubber tips on it here, so if you drop it, it's going to be good. It's got two USB-C connectors there. It's got a battery indicator, which I don't have this charged up right now, but or yeah, I do. Here you go. The lights may be showing there now. So you got 4 indicator lights to show your level. So 10,000 milliamps on this guy. So really nice size. I've used these quite a lot, and I'm not 100% sure that it has 10,000 milliamp hours. My experience is more that it will fully charge your cell phone once, maybe do a little bit more than that. So usable space, maybe it's more like 5,000 milliamp hours, but I tend to carry 2 of these since they're so light. Then I'll keep one in my backpack and one in my sling. And then that way I always have one, and it's going to be good enough to top me off. I travel sometime overseas, sometimes on 16, 17 hour flights. And, this is still going to get me the full day. On those flights, I may be spending 35 or 40 hours between when I'm sitting down, having a place to actually charge stuff up. And just having 2 of these is plenty to keep me going, and I'm using an iPad and an iPhone pretty much the whole trip, other than when I'm trying to sleep. So really great. I like the little Apple braided cord here, because it's nice and lightweight, wraps up easy, so another great little accessory to have. All right, next up on the heavy EDC, I still like to have a pair of earbuds, and I'm a big fan of Bose, so got 2 options here for really what you're looking for and what kind of situation you're in. The main ones I go for are the Quiet Comfort brand. So I think these were the Quiet Comfort 2s that I have here. They came out with the Ultras last year, and then I think they actually have the Ultra 2 that have just come out. But fundamentally, they're pretty much exactly the same. The form factor is basically the same. The case is the exact same. Charge level is pretty much the same. So maybe there's just a little improvements in sound quality, but I think no matter which one you go with, these are, in my opinion, the best earbuds that you can get, especially if you're traveling. I definitely use these on an airplane a ton because they have the best noise cancellation by far of any earbuds that I've tried. And, they hold a bunch of charge in this case. The only knock I have on this guy is the case does not wirelessly charge, and it's kind of big, compared to like the Apple AirPods 4 that I reviewed in my normal EDC carry. Like if this case was half the size, these would be what I carry every day. But just because the case is so big on this guy, it just doesn't fit in my pocket well, that they only really come out when I'm traveling or when I'm carrying the Sling. So if you need something with noise cancellation, that's my pick. If you're going to be in an area where you need to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings, I really like these Bose open ear. I've tried a lot of different open ear headphones, and these are by far the best. They have the best retention. I've played golf in these. I've run in these, and never come off, never move. The sound quality is fantastic. And even something like going to the grocery store, they're great for that. Now, if you're going to use these in an office or a plane, those probably aren't the right pick. But if you're going to be out exercising in the open air, need to know what you're surrounding, what's going on in your surroundings, these are my pick here. So both of these right now are running $229 on Amazon. Both fantastic options. Like I said, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for, what your needs are. So those are my pick for earphones, and they're part of this heavy EDC just because the cases are bigger, in all honesty. Otherwise, they'd be in the regular. So heavy EDC a lot of times can mean bigger, larger things, but it can also mean just carrying something you're not always carrying with you, even though it's small. So one of those things for me is this O-Lite. This is the O-Lite O-Clip Ultra. It runs about $50, 530 lumens. But what I really like about this guy is it's got this little clip here that can clip on to whatever. So I like to clip this on my Sling. Like if it's dark out and need a little bit of light, this is just great to have. If you don't want to carry your full out flashlight, this gets you 90% of what you need. It has a spotlight, it has a floodlight, and then it also actually has a UV light built in it as well, which can be really useful, especially like if you're traveling. So really, really great little light. So I like carrying that around in my little Sling when I have it. So staying on the theme of flashlights, let's look at kind of three options we have for your heavy EDC flashlights. So here's two kind of, what I'll call more mid options. Right, there's definitely bigger flashlights than these. And as you can see, I'm a big O-Lite fan when it comes to flashlights. I think that their products all are really great. So here are three options. If you want to go a little bit on the smaller side, this is the Baton 3. They do have the Baton 4 out now, but it comes with this nice charging case. And this case, I believe, holds up to 3 full charges. And then you've got the light. So, I mean, it's a pretty little guy. Magnetic base and, nice light, but you can get pretty bright on this guy as well. So really handy little light, pretty small. It's got the nice double clip on in the back. You can get this in a bunch of colors. So if you need to, you can pull this out and carry it like this during the day. And then, if you're traveling or something, drop it back in the case at night and charge it up. You don't even have to have it plugged in, but if you want to, you can plug it in, but you should be able to get 3 charges out of that. If you want to go super heavy route, especially this variant, which was kind of a limited run that they did. I forget the material this is made out of, but this is the Seeker 4 Pro. So this guy, I mean, it's got some heft to it. I mean, it feels much heavier than it even looks, and it looks pretty heavy. But I really like this. It's got this dial here for the flashlight, so you can adjust the brightness by changing the dial or turning the dial while you're holding it. You know, or you can hold it down for the different levels as well. Nice ergonomics on this guy, super bright. 260 meter throw on it, so really nice light. Only thing I don't like about Olight really in general is their proprietary charging. So if you're going to take this with you, you pretty much have to take this case excuse me, to charge it up, and you know, it can get in the way. And one word of caution, because I've done it a couple of times: be careful if you do get this guy when you're inserting it back in, because it's kind of sticky at first, and then all of a sudden it slides in and it can pinch you pretty good right here. So be careful of that. But this is a nice case. It is a heavy guy, but it's super bright, really nice, high quality flashlight. And the last one here, again, is another Olight. Comes with a nice little carrying case with it. And this is the Warrior Ultra. So a couple of different colors you can get in this one as well. Really nice, kind of more tactical light. So nice and bright as well. Several different levels. Turbo mode. And then also you have the rear button. So you do a light press and it's going to give you your normal light, and then a harder press is going to give you the strobe. So if you need that for tactical reasons, you've got it as well. So really like this guy, really like Olight in general. They've got such great finishes on their products. They're really well made. Batteries keep a charge forever. They run forever. They're super bright. So really like them. So those are my 3 picks for flashlights. So next thing you know that I carry, if you've watched my other videos, is I always carry a pen with me. So I've got 2 options here, and one of them here I really love, but I believe it's discontinued now. So they may be hard to find. But this Benchmade 1100 pen, really great little tactical pen. Cap comes off here, you know, you can put it back on here. It's just the right size. It fits nice in the pocket. The finish is beautiful. An anodized blue aluminum. It's got some nice weight to it. Writes really well. It's a ballpoint, but it can take a bunch of different canisters in there. So really love that pen. A little expensive. I think it was like $175, $180 when I bought it. And then the other one I have here is another Olight. So this is the Olight O-Pen Glow. It runs $80. Again, with their proprietary chargers. It comes with this little guy. So, you know, you can kind of sit this in the base and charge it. So that is kind of nice. But I really wish that they would just have a regular way to charge it as well. But this guy's really cool because not only is it a pen, but it also is a flashlight. So you can turn on different levels with the click here. And then if you push up on this mechanism as well, you also get a laser, a green laser. So I really love this just for its multi-functionality, where you can get a lot of use out of just that one thing if you need to. Even though it's a little bit bigger, you know, this is a little bigger than a standard size pen. I do believe they have a newer version here too that also has a light in the tip. So that allows you, like if you're trying to write at night in the dark, you can illuminate just the tip and see where you're writing as well. So really cool, really well thought out product there. So those are my 2 picks for larger pens. All right, next up, pry bar. So this is probably the coolest pry bar I've ever found. It is a butterfly pry bar by Otical, which, surprise, surprise, is an Olight brand. So I really like this guy just because it's so fidgety. You know, it's pretty hefty because it's titanium, even though it's not huge. So let's just compare it to that Parrot that I had before that we're going to give away. But it's just nice and fidgety. It's got magnetic lock. It's got several different tools here. It's got the pry bar, of course. It's got a nail puller, oxygen cylinder wrench, bottle opener, a glass breaker on the back side here, right there as well, that you can get at. And then it's also got the hex wrenches. It's got ball bearing pivots, so it's super smooth. the little clicky noise. It's just fun to fidget with, you know. I'm not a bally song or butterfly type of guy, but because I'm always afraid I'm going to cut myself. But this guy's just really cool. And so as a bonus pick, if you're a guy that needs a comb, I saw this for years after I got this guy, and I wanted one, finally broke down and got it. I got the big brother to this guy, titanium comb. You know, like most guys, I had like this cheap plastic comb that I'd had for like 20 years or more that I was using every day. And I finally decided to upgrade here and get this titanium comb just because it's so cool. So you can take it with you, you can leave it in you know, your bathroom or whatever. But I just love it. And you know, this guy, it's got the little hex here, I think, so you can use a screwdriver if you need to, if you have a bit. And then it's got the bottle opener as well, so if you want to pop open a beer while you're combing your hair, you can. I just love these. I think they're really cool. The pry bar runs about 85 bucks, and the comb is about $99.99. All right, so we're winding down here. Just a little bit left. You know, from a wallet perspective, I don't really go like super heavy, but when I need to carry a few more cards, these are kind of the two wallets that I tend to go with. So the first one here is the Ridge. This is the Ridge Titanium. You know, Ridge has tons and tons and tons of color options and materials. You can do carbon fiber, you can do anodized aluminums, but as you can probably tell, I'm a big titanium fan. I love the extra little bit of weight. I love how wear resistant the material is. So, you know, if you need to hold 15 cards, you can in this guy. It can really stretch out. So when I need a little bit more, but still kind of want to keep a low profile, this is the one I tend to go with. You can also get it with like a money clip or with kind of a stretchy money band. And then the other one here is this Saruka wallet. So nice leather wallet. They do interesting materials here, or color combinations, where it's kind of patchwork, if you will. But I just think it's different. It looks cool, and plenty of space. You know, for cards here, you've got what, 8 different slots here, and then you also have pockets within here. You've got a pocket within here on the outside, plus you have you know, 2 sections here down inside the wallet. So really great little wallet. So those are my 2 picks for when I need something that can hold more cards. So that, I believe, concludes us for today's video for what my heavy EDC looks like when I need to go grab something. You know, if it's just me and it's my true picks, you know, this is kind of what my look is going to look like. You know, I'm going to have the bag, I'm going to have the charger, I'm going to probably have the Bose Ultra headphones. From a pocket knife perspective, like I said, I love that Benchmade mini Bedlam, so that's going to be in there as well. You know, I'm an engineer by trade, so a lot of times I'm going to carry this Olight pen, so I can have that multi-functionality. You know, if I'm in a meeting or something, need to use the laser pointer. From a flashlight perspective, there's one more here that I didn't show, that I forgot to mention, the Woobin X2 Pro. I just picked this one up recently. Runs about 50 bucks. Really great, powerful light that has a couple different functions here, plus the side function. You've got this removable kind of tactical power here as well. So for me, I really like this guy, so I think I'm going to include it and say that's the one I'm going to carry typically. And then, of course, like I said, bring that little towel in case it's muggy outside, like it has been all summer, to help you dry off a little bit. Probably going to go with like the Ridge wallet, just to kind of keep the weight down just a hair. And then, of course, the awesome pry bar. So that's what my carry is going to look like. This has got the the Gear Aid Hero Clip on here as well. So that's also going to be part of that EDC. So heavy EDC, even though, you know, actually this doesn't look that bad, but you know, it does add up. It's a lot to go in your pocket. So this is the set of stuff that I'm going to typically go with. And I forgot to throw in here too the little O-light as well, just to put on the bag. So that's what my heavy EDC is going to look like. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Really glad that we can grow this channel together. And again, like and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to give away this QSP Parrot when we hit 500 subscribers. So if everybody goes down and likes and subscribes, you get a chance to win this. And you're going to help the channel grow. You're going to help it get to a point where it's monetized so that I can bring you more content. You know, right now, really doing a lot of reviews on stuff that I own personally. But at some point, I'm going to run out of items that I own personally. And so we've got to monetize this and find some avenues where we can get some reviews and some product trials that I can, you know, pay for with this channel, so I can keep bringing you guys cool stuff to look at and reviews on. So also drop a comment, you know, in the comment section down below. Tell me what you guys liked about this video, what you didn't like about the video. What's your number one item that you would carry in your heavy EDC? For me, it's always going to be a pocket knife. It's just too useful for me. That's my number one thing I'm always going to carry. So drop some comments. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, and also tell me what you want to see more reviews on. If there's anything in particular in any of these videos that I do that you want a more detailed review, let me know. Since these kind of EDC ones are very broad, and don't really cover anything in excessive detail. They just kind of show you what the products are. So let me know if you want anything in more detail, a bigger review on. Or if there's anything I'm not reviewing that you want to see, let me know that too. So thanks again for watching. Should have some more of my videos showing on the screen right about now. So click on those, check out my other videos, like, subscribe, comment below. Thanks.